Hello, everyone. So we have got the wonderful, wonderful Hayley, clean faced here. I'm Sarah, by the way, to do an amazing makeup tutorial with us. So I'm just going to do a bit of an intro for her and then hand over to her because she's got so many tips to give. So Hayley has been working with ARBONNE makeup for quite a while, but her background was with Chanel for 7 years. 3 of those years, she worked with makeup, the last 3 years of her career there. And in that, you specialised in photography, didn't you? And in bridal makeup quite a lot. She was a makeup trainer as well for Chanel. So she had to learn all the tips. She passed on all of like the application stuff, training. She would then pass it on to all the girls and the counters. It was all about experience for the customer and doing demos and all that fabulous, fabulous stuff. You just see those girls on the counters, don't you? And they are all like, oh my God, how the hell do they do that? And how many hours does it take? So that would be really good to know. And if you might have been onto one of Hayley's trainings before, and she's done like mini ones for us before, and they are always just, I come away learning so much. I learned how to do the smoky eye from watching one of her trainings within about 5 minutes. So, Hayley, I'm going to hand over to you. She's a hula hoop queen as well. And if you've got any questions, she's going to cover probably like most of. Just pop them in the chat, and I will. If she misses them, I'll ask as we go along. And if anything does get missed, we can always just come back to you and give you some help. Hayley, go for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that awesome introduction. I was listening to that. I was like, oh yeah, I did do that. Oh yeah, I did that as well. Like funny, you sort of like forget. And I think what's so interesting about what you said is like, I loved that part of my job. Like, listen, right, everything you said was amazing. Yeah, standing with people, making people feel amazing was the best part of my job, and the training and coming back to the team and training them on everything that I'd learned was epic. The bank holiday working, the weekend working, the Christmas, the evenings, no, that was not what I signed up for. So this is just so amazing to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me on. And yeah, like Sarah said, any questions, chuck them in the chat. Obviously, I've always got quite a lot to cover. I'm a nutter. I don't know if you can tell that already. So it might be that I start talking about one thing and then I remember something else and I start going through that. So sorry if that happens. I will always come back to my original point. I just sort of take you around the block, all around the houses, and then I bring you back again. So I wanted to just take you through, kind of like bring you back to basics, right? Because for me, basics is where it all starts. And yeah, definitely like adding in a bit of pop of color and a bit of definition and everything else as well. But I think right now we kind of want to get back to basics. And I absolutely need to talk about how much I love the ARBONNE makeup, because a bit about my background, obviously, as Sarah said, loved Chanel makeup. I was a huge product snob, and I don't care, I'll hold my hands up and I'll say it. So I think when I first came to look at ARBONNE makeup, I mean, there was quite a big kind of competition, I guess, because I knew what I loved. Anyway, oh my gosh, it blew me away. I loved everything about it. So I'm sure lots of you will already know a lot about the ARBONNE ethos and what we're all about. So I'm not going to go into that too much tonight. But what you do need to know about ARBONNE makeup is it's very forgiving. So it doesn't matter what you're using tonight, that's all cool, let's just get it out. But I think with ARBONNE makeup, if you're worried about using makeup, not quite sure where to start or what to do with it, it's all good. Honestly, you don't have to be a makeup artist to use this makeup. Get it on, and for some reason, it just looks amazing. It's buildable, so everything you use can be totally buildable. So whether that be the mascara, that you can wear that as more of a daytime look if you want to, or you can add more volume if you want it more sort of like evening, or just you like that kind of look. Again, with our CC cream, our foundations, everything is buildable to how you like to wear your makeup. That's what I love. And also there is so many colors available, so many color options, whether it be lipsticks, eyeshadows, blushes, whatever it may be, there's something for everybody, and your consultant will be able to help you choose colors if you wanted to look at that. So let's get started. If you already have makeup on and you want to get involved, it's all good. One thing I'd say is, which is an amazing tip of mine that I love, is if you've got a bit of CC cream on or a bit of foundation, grab your moisturizer or your night cream, because you can honestly, if you've got one, how I can see Helen's holding hers up, you can actually just use a tiny bit of night cream already on your makeup and just moisturize it in, and that'll help to soften the complete look of the skin, and you can almost refresh your makeup really quickly, really easily. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time. I know lots of us like to start from a blank canvas, but definitely for this kind of thing, or if you're at home and you've got 20 minutes to get ready and you want to put a bit more makeup on before you go anywhere, get your night cream or your day cream, get it on, blend it in, it'll soften everything, re-moisturize the skin, and then you can basically start to reapply your makeup back on. So I don't know, people have got their makeup on, people have got their makeup off, amazing, cool. So the first product then I want you all to put on first. I don't know if you've got it. If you haven't, don't worry. If you have, let's try a makeup base primer. If you've got a primer, amazing. So I've already actually put on my primer and my CC cream, but it's all good because I'm going to talk you through it. Now, a primer and CC cream or foundation, whatever you're using, they can all be mixed in together. This is the epic thing, right? So you can mix whatever you feel more comfortable. So you can mix in your base with a CC cream if you want to, your base with a foundation, or even your foundation with a face cream. Like, you can really find what texture and what works for you. So I love using a CC cream, which is this one here, especially at the moment, right? Because how nice is it? Right, we can all lay around in our pajamas with no makeup on, like that's totally cool. But sometimes it gets to the point where you just want to feel good about yourself, and that might not be putting on makeup for you. That's not for everybody. But I think just by putting on a little bit of something, whatever your thing is, mascara, lip balm, foundation, get it on. It really does make you feel better. So I've been loving using this product for such a long time, and especially throughout this period, because it helps to give you radiance. It really helps to conceal any pores, tighten any pores, give that really nice natural glow to the skin, and it works as a really good base for what you're going to do and to build on, basically. And it's the most amazing buildable product. If you're going out and you want a little bit more coverage, then you can build on it. So that's the oh, it's really hard to see, sorry. That is the CC cream. Now, I'd recommend putting on all product with a brush. Honestly, you'll find you actually, no, hang on, I need to get my words around the right way. You don't waste as much product. So when you use your fingers, what happens is you can end up getting it on your hands, and then you just wash most of it down the sink. So by using a brush, it really helps to prolong the life of your product. It helps to make it helps bring the coverage more evenly across the skin. You don't end up with too much product in one place. And a really good place to start is on the cheeks. That's where you get the most warmth and the most colour in your skin. So you want to start there and you want to sweep it out. And with this product, take it all over the skin. But I would personally say to avoid your eye area. The reason why is because it's actually, it has SPF in it, so don't put any SPF around your eyes. Your eyes, and especially around the outer eye, sorry, it's got a very thin layer of skin. It's much thinner than the rest of your skin. So it's really ideal to avoid SPF around that area, and also to avoid anything that's too heavy, which is why I would always recommend using a concealer as well. And the concealer you would use underneath your eye, and you can use it on any blemishes as well if you want to. Another question I get asked a lot, I know this has been brought up by a lot of my clients and a lot of other people as well, is actually about product placement. Like, what do I put on first? What do I put on next? What do I do? So honestly, this is completely up to you and completely how you feel works better for you. I actually find that by putting on your concealer, if you want to, first underneath the eyes, as well as on any blemishes that you may have on the skin, helps to conceal those, and then put your CC cream on. Sorry, I probably said this around the wrong way, and then put your CC cream on, or your foundation. What that does is it helps to stop you from putting your product too close to your eye, and then it helps to build up the coverage in the areas where you want to add the coverage. So that's one thing I would say with those two products, with product placement in the first instance, I guess. I would always recommend, after using those two products together, if anyone has a translucent powder, it is amazing. So a translucent powder placed over the top of this with your brush will really help to set your makeup. Now, translucent powder is amazing. Just use it on everything, everywhere, on your eyeliner, on your eyeshadow. Use it everywhere because it will help to really set it in place and to stop it from moving. So if you've got a translucent powder with you, definitely get that all over your blank canvas, because that'll help to set that look. And don't be scared of powder either. I think I have lots of clients said to me before they're a little bit unsure about powder. It does not take away the glow. It doesn't take away anything like that. It just helps to kind of mattify the look but still give you the glow as well, so your skin remains really quite comfortable, and it really helps to keep your makeup in place as well. So yeah, definitely. So a CC cream is it's in between a tinted moisturizer and a foundation. A foundation has that little bit more of a fuller coverage, but what a CC cream does, it sits in between. So it'll help to completely correct the skin. So if you've got any redness in your skin, it will really help to tone that down. It also has the SPF in it as well, which is fantastic. So it acts as a sunscreen, but it also adds that tint, that radiance, and also that boost of moisturizer as well. So you kind of get the tinted moisturizer element in there too, but it's just not quite as heavy. So it really does sit in between. But there's over it's a lot of benefits in one product, which is why it's so widely used and why we all love it so much. And there's 3 different colors. I'm using shade medium, which I won't lie to you all, I probably should be using light, but I just need to be tanned all year round regardless of what I actually am. So I just wear it anyway. And this is what I mean by it being so forgiving, because yes, I probably should wear a light, but actually it looks so nice. The medium is so nice and natural, you can really, really get away with it. Yes, a brilliant tip, Bex. You can mix the medium and the light together as well if you wanted to. Anyway, so let's move on. So I don't know
One question, Helen, not Helen, Hayley. Does it show up your wrinkles more? Because I know that's a thing like popped up in there, and all ladies worry about that, especially around the eye area, which is why you gave the tip ages ago about wearing concealer around your eye and not foundation and what have you.
Yeah, so really, really good question. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it's a really good question. So I would say what can happen is when you initially first put on the product, so when you initially first put on a concealer, you want to kind of set it almost straight away. You don't want to set the product in the wrinkles. Does that make sense? So if that kind of stage has happened, the best thing I'd recommend is actually using your ring finger, because it's the lightest touch, blending it back out and then putting the powder on. I must say there is quite a lot of powders that can sit quite heavy. I'll be totally honest, I've seen them and they're okay if you're like 15, they look fine. But from moving on from that, I would be scared of them, because that can happen. The best thing about the translucent powder is it really is just there to set your makeup. It's not going to add any extra product, any extra coverage. It'll help set it basically the way it is. So if you do start to find that stuff's creasing, I would just recommend smoothing that out, then applying translucent powder on top of that. But if you do, it'll help to stop the creasing, if that makes sense as well. So it will help to, because some products do, I totally get it, they do help to, not help, but they can accentuate the lines in the skin, but the translucent powder won't do that. And if you find that it does, please let me know. But I really want everybody to try it, because I think you'll be quite surprised, because we can all be scared of things sometimes. So moving on to the bronzer. So obviously we've all talked about contouring before, we've heard it is used quite widely. What I absolutely love to use, we have a glow palette, but I think really the best tip I can give you is actually where to place this product, because there's so many different ways that we can put it, where we can wear it and how to wear it. So one thing I would say is, and the reason why I wanted to kind of strip back to basics and talk about product placement a little bit, is because we're moving into party time, right? June the 21st. See you all soon. Right, we're moving on to this, and this is so exciting. And we're going to be with our friends. We're going to be taking pictures, and of course we are, right? So we're with our friends, so we're going to want to be like, yeah, take a million pictures. We probably won't care what we look like, but we might do. Now, one thing I want to talk about when cameras are around and flash photography is we actually lose lines in the skin. Woohoo! We lose lines. Okay, amazing. So that is one positive. But the other thing I want to mention is what happens when we lose lines. And when I say lines, I mean we lose things that we actually don't want to lose. So lip line, our eyebrows, because obviously technically that's a line, isn't it? That all basically gets kind of washed away. And we kind of lose our cheekbones and our contour. So what I want to help you do tonight is kind of put these lines back in, but the ones that we like and the ones that we want and the ones that really show off our features. I'm all about enhancing you and being the natural you and enhancing what's already there. So that's another thing where I want to talk about the bronzer, where to place it so that you look amazing in your pictures and you can feel really, really confident in your skin and how you look every day. So here's the bronzer that I'm going to use tonight, but whatever you've got, get it out. So we've got two different colours here, and I won't lie to you, I love to mix them. But if it's your first time using a bronzer and you want to just do something quite light, I just recommend getting your brush, whatever you have, whether it be a slanted one or a round one, because anything will work. If you take it through the product, but always use the back of your hand as kind of like a palette. You don't want to end up putting too much product on the skin because you can always build it up, but it's a bit annoying to take it off and it gets a bit messy. So I would start by saying, just take the product. So you find your cheekbones. If you need to use your hand, amazing. Just find underneath the cheekbone, just here. And take the product underneath the cheekbone. So you start in the center of the face and you take it out just into the hairline. And this is going to start to add a little bit of that definition and that little bit of color into the skin. Sorry, it's really hard. Hopefully you can see, you'll start to see everything taking shape. And just do it on the other side. Now, what I would also say is, if you're going to wear your hair up or anything like that, I would definitely recommend with the bronzer taking it over the actual ear. And also another good tip is behind the ear. So the second kind of line you would do is you would take the bronzer around the jawline, just here, up to the ear. And if you've got your hair up, you can take it behind the ear and just around the chin area. I am glowing. Right, take it. It's warm though, isn't it? My gosh, the weather. I was like moaning that I had a headache earlier. I thought it's got to be because of the weather's changing or something. Surely it's coming, spring. Amazing. So the kind of look that you want to achieve is you want to be able to take the bronzer through your hairline, round the top, underneath the cheekbone, and then round to your jawline, and kind of like the figure of three, and that will really help to shape your face, I guess, give you that natural contour. But again, we just want to keep it really, really natural.
Hayley, were you using a sparkly one then? Does it matter if it's sparkly or matte?
No, you can use whichever one you fancy. Just personal preference, really. I always think a matte one is slightly better to put on first of all, because that's going to give you that kind of deeper color of contour, and then you can add the sparkly one in after. I think with the sparkly one, we tend to sort of like take it on the cheeks, don't we? And like everywhere. Just me? Cool. No, it's not. And that's the thing, I would always recommend just keep building it. And also another thing as well is like blend. Blending is so important, and like blend. And when you think you finish blending, blend it again, and then just add more color. Because I think sometimes what happens is, and I'll actually know, I'll go on to eyes in a second when I get there. See, I told you this is what I do. But if you think like, oh, I've put a bit too much color on, it's fine. You can blend it away. And this is the amazing thing. The products are so forgiving. And also with your translucent powder on as well, everything will work, like really, really harmonizes together to enable a really nice natural makeup look. I literally do live on warmed up protein bars. Someone told me I could warm up a protein bar, and it's like my go-to every single day. I get a little bit addicted to things, and yeah, that's my thing at the moment. Like, I can't spend a day without having a warmed up protein bar. anaphysitic. Anyway, so moving on now, I'm going to actually go to the eyes next. The reason why is because I like to get all the definition in first before I start adding any colour, like any sort of like blusher or lips or anything. So the next thing I'm going to do and talk about is eye makeup. Now, again, this is another really, really good question that I got asked about with regards to whether you would put on the mascara first or the eyeliner or the eyeshadow, like what you would do first. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. So there's a few different tips depending on the type of makeup wearer that you are. So if you were to do like quite a heavy eye makeup, then I would always recommend not putting your base on and to actually do your eye makeup first. So concealer and then your eye makeup, because then if you have any issues of any drop down of product or you get anything on your skin, you can just wipe it away. There's nothing worse than going for sort of like a heavier eye makeup and then getting the drop down all over your beautiful complexion and then having to wipe it all off. So that's the first thing I'd say. The second thing is actually doing somebody's makeup, whereas doing your own is actually quite different. So when I do somebody's makeup, I would always apply the mascara first. And I think you'll all hear me when I say this, if you're a makeup wearer, is how many times do you put eye makeup on, like eyeshadow, and you're like, oh, it doesn't look right, oh, a bit more, oh, a bit more, oh, a bit more, doesn't look right. It doesn't look right because you've not got your mascara on every single time. Okay, so I would say if that is you and you look at your eye makeup and think it just doesn't look right, I just don't know what's going on, it's honestly just because you haven't got your mascara on. So what I would say is put your mascara on first. And I know sometimes that can be a little bit tricky and you've got to get the angles right with your brush. Just give it a go, because by putting your mascara on first and then applying your eyeshadow, it can really, really help to just create the look. And you can always then go back to your mascara afterwards if you want to. So that's just a little tip, and honestly it's personal preference, it completely depends how you feel. But I would say if you're a little bit worried about your eye makeup and you're not quite sure, get your mascara on and then totally reassess it, because I think that makes such a huge difference. So what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to show you a little eyeliner trick, which I know in the team is like massive, everybody loves it. It's kind of like a natural smoky eye, but just adding a lot of definition around the eye area and giving a really nice, simple but effective look and eye makeup that you can wear every single day, no matter what you're doing. And if you're not good at putting eyeliner on, you will be after today. You've got my word. So what I'm going to say is we've all got concealer around our eyes, or whatever we've got around our eyes, amazing. So what you'll need is an eyeliner, whatever you've got, preferably pencil for this trick, love it. Tip trick for this tip, rather than a liquid liner, because we're going to be smudging it and things. So if you've got a liner, I love this one because you can twist it up, which is amazing, but also it's got a little sharpener in the end for my next trick. I love that, for like a magician. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to close one of our eyes, obviously, always a good place to start, with our eyeliner. I don't know how I'm going to do this, sorry. And we're going to take, so I always find it really a good little tip is when you've got your eye closed, to use your little finger to basically lengthen the eye, and then the pencil hand, use your little finger again just to kind of like give that like stability to the hand. And honestly, don't be perfect at this. I always tend to start from the middle and take it out, and then I come into the inside. But what I would say is don't worry, don't take your time with it too much. It can be as rough as you like, because when we use a brush and we blend it out, it's all going to totally come together, I promise you. So do not worry if this is the first time you're using it and you've been scared, because now is the time to try it, or tomorrow when you've had a little listen. So let's just get this on. And it's completely up to you if you want to do quite a thick eyeliner line, or you want to keep it quite thin, or if you've just got it on, you don't know how it's come out, but you're rocking it, just own it, okay, because it's all good. Okay. It doesn't matter if it's not as close to the lash line as you'd like, because we'll work on that. So once you've got your eyeliner on, I definitely then recommend finding a brush, whatever you've got, an eyeshadow brush. It could be an angled one, it could be a like a, don't know what that's called, like a little bullet brush. And we're now going to blend this eyeliner line. So I've actually done mine. I don't know if you can see, but it's quite rough. It's not really very good at all. And I wouldn't do that if I was going to use a liquid line, because obviously that has to be more precise, but this is just fun, quick and easy. So hold the brush right at the end of the brush. Reason why is because you don't want to press too hard and you want to have more movement with the hand. So just take the end, take your hand all the way to the end. And then we're just going to start blending that eyeliner line. Now, you can either blend all over the line, that'll help to soften the whole eyeliner, or you can just literally soften the edge. Amazing. I feel like me now. It's so funny, when I was coming on, I thought, gosh, I never come onto a Zoom event looking like this, unless it's obviously miracle morning, because we all have no makeup on because it's 6 a.m. Yeah, it's funny. I'm starting to feel more like me now. What colour are you using, Keeps? Sage, love it. Oh, sorry, I should show you really. So another really good tip as well is, I know sometimes we can find that we have redness on our waterline. Is that the right word? Yeah, on our waterline. And actually that can kind of change the look of the makeup, because you've got like a dark eyeliner, if you like, but you can still really notice that. So I don't know if anyone gets that, but what I would say is, if you do, just to close the eye. I'm running out of room here, guys. You would laugh if you saw my setup. I'm on an ironing board. I'm on an ironing board. So if this all collapses, I'm probably going to have to move out, because there's going to be a lot of makeup on the floor, and I've already dropped an iron on here this week, and yeah, it's worrying. He's not even married me yet. It's going to be running a mile. Right. So if you just close your eye and use your your little finger again, and just lift up the brow, you can really get in. Sorry, I don't know if I could do both. You can really get into that top waterline, and you can do it with your eye closed, because you can feel where you need to be. And what that does is it really, really helps to get the waterline from underneath. And honestly, it can change an eye makeup. It can really add that definition. And if you're lucky, you get a bit on the bottom as well. Perfect. 2 for 1, which is brilliant. So I'm just going to go and blend in the other eye. So this is the thing, you can do it with any colour. So I'm using black, but if you don't want to be that adventurous, totally cool. If you've got brown eyes, brown eyeliner looks amazing with brown eyes. It really harmonises and really gives that kind of deep brown colour to the eye. And if you wanted to always go for like the opposite side of the colour wheel. So if you've got brown eyes and you really wanted them to pop, you really wanted them to look really brown, really out there, then you could go for a blue eyeliner. Now, I would use a blue eyeliner because I love it, but you wouldn't see me wearing blue eyeshadow. So this is what I think is amazing about this kind of eyeliner trick, because you can add colours that you wouldn't normally wear. Or also a purple. So if your eyes are blue, oh my gosh, like a red eyeliner looks amazing, or like a pop of red, or an orange. Oh my gosh, if you've got, I say orange, but if you've got like a burnt orangey coloured eyeshadow, that can look amazing as well and can really help to pop the eye colour. And if you, I'm trying to think what other colours look amazing with blue eyes. Oh, brown, of course. So a dark brown eyeliner with blue eyes looks absolutely amazing as well. It really, really does. And this is the thing, you can have loads of fun with eyeliner. It's not the same with eyeshadow, and I totally get it. Eyeshadow is quite scary, whereas eyeliner, I think you can really use any colour. And I love, with my brown eyes, I love the purple colour. Sorry, I've completely forgotten what they're all named. I've got them all here and I could pick them up. So thanks, Em, for jotting these down. Oh my gosh, green eyes. Green eyes are amazing. So the Sage eyeliner, have you ever tried that one? Sarah, because if you haven't, you need to order it ASAP, because that looks so nice with green eyes. It really harmonizes with them and makes your eyes look low. What have I got on me? Oh, luckily just a brush hair, not a spider. I was like that. Oh, act cool, act cool. But yeah, Sage looks amazing with green eyes, so you should definitely check that out. Okay, right, let's go. Now, depending on how confident you're feeling, it's completely up to you. You can also do underneath the eye as well, but I am going to move on because I'm conscious of time. Okay, hope everyone is following that's following. And I expect to see your selfies after. Okay, now let's get our mascara on. And if you want to come back and add to the eyeliner, you can. If you've done it the other way around as well, awesome. Just do what works best for you. So, mascara. Oh, I love it. I should say, I hope I'm going out after this. That's absolutely hilarious, as if I've forgotten for a few minutes. Guys, I don't watch the news, by the way, so I literally would just go and hit the town. Okay, so what I would say with the mascara is completely up to you how you want to put it on. If you really struggle with being able to see and it's quite difficult to apply mascara with your eyes open or with blinking, then you can also do it with your eyes shut as well. And I know that seems bizarre, but I used to do this a lot on my clients because it's way more comfortable. There's nothing worse when you're putting mascara on and your eyes are streaming or you can't really see very well. I know my mum was saying with her glasses, she's like, Hayley, I just cannot, like, do I go under? Do I go this way? Do I go this way? So if it's so much easier, just keep your eyes closed and use your finger again just to lift that brow, and you can really get into the lash line really comfortably, and it gives the most amazing effect because you can get really, really nice and close. Oh my gosh, I love this mascara. Okay, now to do the other eye, which I know a lot of you have already heard this tip before, but definitely take the elbow to the other side. Really spin the elbow, because what that will do is it'll help to create the same look on the other side. Because if you're doing your lashes this way, which is your most comfortable way, they definitely tend to go that way, obviously. And if you do the other eye the same direction, oh, your lashes go that way too. So spin the elbow and get that product on that way around. And again, just do whatever feels more comfortable for you when applying your mascara. And if it's with your eyes closed, blinking, your mouth wide open, whatever. I think we all do that, don't we, when we're putting our mascara on? But yeah, if you've never tried it with your eyes closed before, definitely do. And you might find that you get a little bit of makeup just under here. So you can always use, a really good tip is to use a cotton bud. I haven't got one with me actually, not directly, but basically if you just give the cotton bud, the cotton bit, a little bit of a pull away from the stick, if you like, and then you can just, when the mascara is dry, just gently wipe over that area and it'll help to pick up the product rather than smudge it and make it worse. Sorry, if I had a cotton bud I'd show you what I mean, but hopefully you understand my rubbish description. Okay, amazing. Right, so I'm sorry, I don't think we're gonna have time to do eyebrows tonight, but there we go, we'll have another session. Let's move on to lips, because this is really, really important, and I feel that actually is something that we can all struggle with, because we definitely want to have like plump looking lips but also quite natural. And I want to be able to show you a little demo of how we can give the illusion of a really plump lip, hydrated plump lip, but something that's also quite easy to hopefully do as well. And like with anything, if you don't find it so easy the first time, definitely keep trying, because it's definitely all about practice, I guess, and now's the best time, right? Because honestly, I was just thinking about like, what is my roadmap till June the 21st? I know I keep talking about it, but seriously, I opened my bikini drawer earlier and literally all the cobwebs and bats flew out of it. So I was like, right, what's the plan? I've got a few weeks. Let's go. So we've got time. Okay. So what I would recommend is a lip liner. So, okay, this isn't about overdrawing your lips massively. This is just a little tip that I love to do. So with a lip liner, it's actually really good to, first of all, draw your natural lip line. And if you find that you need to overdraw it slightly, then do whatever's comfortable and whatever thing you need to yeah, to follow basically. So just follow what you already have. I would always recommend starting just in the on your bottom lip, just in the center, and you can use your little finger again just to really help you to kind of keep your arm quite strong, because it's quite difficult otherwise. And we just follow the natural look, the natural line, sorry, of our lip. Now, once you've done that, tip the pencil just on the side and almost fill the lips in. So this is really nice if you don't want to wear too much makeup, you don't want lipsticks too much for you, that's totally fine. This is a really nice tip, because a lip liner and lip gloss, honestly, is just so effective. So by doing that as well, if you are a lipstick wearer, it will really help to keep your lipstick on for longer. It works as a really amazing base. So just by colouring in that section of your lip and then applying your lipstick over the top, it helps to work really well, gel really well with the lipstick, keep it on for longer, and then when your lipstick kind of wears away, you still have this amazing base. So yeah, oh my gosh, it's just the best thing to do. So now, sorry, I'm going to do the top lip. So again, I'd start just in the center on my Cupid's bow, and I just follow around the lip line. I love this color. If anyone wants to know what I'm using, actually, it's called Peach. It's a really nice, like, peachy nudie color, and it's honestly, it works so well with different skin tones as well. So if you find that you're more warmer toned, I mean, this is another thing as well, like one thing I'd say is a lot of people struggle with choosing which colors to go for, and what's the difference between warm and cool, especially with lipsticks. Now, honestly, if you look, just always go with your gut. We always say that, right? But always go with your gut. And if you feel that you look at a color and it does make you feel warm, and you're like, oh yeah, that does make you feel warm inside, that is definitely going to be a warm color. If you find that you look at a color and it makes you feel like quite cold, like you need to go get a blanket or something, then that is definitely what I would describe as a cool color. If you're really not sure and it doesn't really make you feel anything, then it's probably quite neutral. So you can wear it whether you're sort of warmer toned or cooler toned. It would just suit absolutely anybody. And this is what I'd say about this peach color. It's very neutral. So although it's peachy, there's still a bit of pink in there as well, and it's a very neutral color, so it will suit all skin types. Skin tones, I guess. Okay, so if you want to put a lipstick over the top, then feel free. I'm just going to use a gloss so I can show you where I'm going to put this to make the lips look really nice and plump. Okay, so I always like to do the lips as well before the cheeks, and I'll come back to why I like to do that in a second, because you might think, oh, she's putting this on different to what I do. And that's, again, like I said, it really is personal preference, but I love to do it this way around, because then I always think it helps you to know how much blusher you need, because sometimes you can put your blusher on, put your lips on and think, I need a bit more colour, and you end up going back in. So actually, if you do your lips first and then put your blush over the top or afterwards, it really helps to mean that you just don't need to go back and forth, I guess. So I'm using colour Primrose, if anybody wants to know, but I just love these like light pink colours. And if you've got a red gloss or a darker gloss, this is totally fine. You can do this as well. So I would say with the gloss, what you want to do is you just want to take it just in the centre of the lip. And that will really help to bring out this section. Then I'm going to take it just in my Cupid's bow, so just here and just out the other side. But I'm not going to take it all the way down the lip.
Oh, Hayley's frozen, hasn't she?
We've lost her.
We've lost her. I didn't know that, Tiff. I always glossed.
Oh, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Your lips look twice the size when you do it that way.
Yeah. Great tip. Right, let's see. She'll be back in a minute.
Back.
I will just pop her a message. Look at her mid lip. I was going to say I should take a photo of her mid lip.
Yeah, mid lip.
Oh, while she's gone, has anybody got any questions? Just pop them in the chat if you want. And we can ask her when she's back.
I keep meaning to buy a lip liner because every time Hayley mentions about the lip liner, I'm like, yeah, I need one. I haven't got one.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I used to use them
I've got
a lot,
loads.
but I not as many.
I love them, and they're great because you can really, it makes, if you have one or two lipsticks, one or two colors, you can really use your lip liners to completely change the lip. So intensify the color or reduce it. Like, it's so much fun. Like
Yeah. Love that.
Mix and match.
And creating that matte look, I suppose, as well.
Technology's not my night tonight, guys.
Yay, she's back.
She's back.
Honestly, what's going on? Love it. Everyone's obviously on their Zoom quizzes tonight. Well, they can get off. Amazing. So everybody's got their gloss on for everyone that joined in. If not, I hope you're learning lots and ready to get your makeup done tomorrow. It's also fun, isn't it? I just love it. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to cheeks. Now, do we all use blusher? How does everyone feel about it? I feel some people avoid it, but everyone's like, yes, we love it.
I love blusher.
Love blusher.
Blusher.
Is that Gary? Does Gary love blusher as well? I think I heard it.
No, that was me with the deep voice, but yeah, he loves blusher.
That was you.
On those occasions.
I don't think that is what I heard. I think I know your deep voice. I know all your voices.
Oh dear.
Right. So, love it. Now, I always love to go for a blusher that's kind of a similar colour to the colour that I've chosen for my lips. So, I mean, even if that's red, get a red out. No, I love it. But it's totally up to you how much you want to put on. Now, I'm using, what's this, Dusty Rose, again, because I've gone for like quite pinky coloured lip gloss and lipstick. And I always did some, sorry, I've lost the chat. Oh, Becca, right. No, that's really good. Thank you for sharing that as well. Like, never know where to put it. This is brilliant. And I love this.
Hayley,
Millie, actually, back to your lipstick.
Yeah. Sorry, Millie, I was just, Hayley, I was just putting you out to Millie's, like, how.
Oh, bless you. I literally just seen it then up there. Yeah, I'll definitely come back to that, Millie, no problem. So with the blusher then, again, I would always say to get a bit onto your brush and then pop it on the back of your hand, because what you don't want is too much product straight away. Now we all say it and it's cheesy, but just smile, like just smile and find the cheek area. So I wouldn't say, so with blusher, I would never say to take it all the way back like this. Completely up to you how you prefer it, but I think it's more natural just in this section here, just on the apples of your cheek. You've taken the bronzer back here, which has given that contour. So this is just going to add that flush of colour just to the cheek area. You can see we're smiling, that's nice. Helen, you're like a Cheshire cat. I must say though, this brush is amazing. Like, I don't know, even with the glow palette as well, I find there's so much pigment on the products that you just really don't need a lot at all. I hope everybody can see. Amazing. Now, I think as well, don't be scared of blusher. I know I've had a lot of clients in the past that have got quite a lot of redness in their skin that have been scared to use a blusher. But honestly, I find these blushes amazing. They really help to conceal and then kind of like add colour. And obviously, it's totally different. It's a totally different tone. So it will really help to neutralise. I mean, even the CC cream, again, because I was saying it's in between a tinted moisturiser and a foundation, it does really help to neutralize the color in your skin. So if you've got any redness in the skin, that will really help to calm it down and take it down too. But also with skin, I mean, my gosh, like skincare is so important, and I really believe this. Like, if you've got an amazing skincare regime, or even just like using a moisturizer every day, it'll make such a difference to the application of your makeup. If you've got dehydrated skin, it doesn't mean it has to be dry, but if you've got dehydrated skin, your makeup will look completely different. If you don't sort of once a week exfoliate, then it can make your skin quite dry, and then again your makeup just won't sit right. So again, I'm a massive advocate for the skincare, and I was meant to say that when talking about the night cream. It's so important to make sure you just use your skincare, get on a nice cream before your makeup, because your makeup looks completely different on a moisturized skin, completely different. So yeah, I always think, even if it's just like straight after, you can put your moisturizer on and put your CC cream on straight after, because actually they work really well together, and a lot of people have found that it's given a really nice dewy look to the skin. Amazing. Sorry, so that's another little thing that I love to talk about skincare. Okay, right, I'm going back to my glow palette because it's awesome, and you've got like 2 bronzers and a highlighter, and also kind of like another highlighter as well, but one's more sparkly than the other, so you can mix them together if you want to. So now we're going to put this on. Amazing, love it. So grab a brush, and you can mix the 2 together, or you can use just the one that you prefer, or whatever you've got. Get some on your brush, on the back of your hand, and then just place it just over the cheekbone. And again, I would start just here, and I would take it back into the hairline again. And on the other side. And what I'd also say with this as well is you can actually take your ring finger and you go through the highlighter, and I like to put a little bit just under my brows to really help to lift this area of the skin. Again, you can take your finger through the highlighter and pop it just in the eye, just here.
Is the highlighter the pinky one?
I'm actually using the Stardust, the really sparkly one.
Okay, thank you.
You could use the pinky one though, they both look amazing. And this will help as well to open your eye area a little bit and make your eyes appear larger. And then if you just grab it again, I love to put it just in the Cupid's bow as well. Amazing. Right, whilst you're all doing that, I'm just going to have a look. Oh yeah, Millie, I totally get your frustration with getting lipstick all over your teeth. Oh my gosh, like I've got a mouthful of them, as you probably could see. So I would definitely recommend, if you're wearing a bright lippy, have you tried the lip liner trick before, where you just turn it on its side and line your lips? Where are you? Can I see you?
No,
oh yeah.
no, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
No.
So I would definitely say give that a go. And I don't know whether, have you got lip liners similar in colour to your bright lipsticks, or?
Yeah, so I've got this like bright red lipstick that I just really love the colour of, but I never wear it. And I've got the exact matching lip liner, but I just don't have the balls to wear it. So I would like to.
Because and I totally get it, just because you fear that it's going to go on your teeth and then you're not going to see, and then you're talking, and then you're like, yeah. Yeah, right. So I would definitely say then really try the lip liner technique. It really works, because I'll be totally honest, I've seen these things before where you can like paint on like a what am I trying to say, like a lip coat or something.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of that. So there's 2 things I'd say, definitely. So use your lip liner, turn it on its side and fill the lips in. That'll work as a really good base. And then if you've got a translucent powder, this is another really good tip as well. If you've got a translucent powder, you can actually then use the translucent powder and pat it over the top of your lip liner. That'll help to keep that in place, and it works as then a really, really good base. And if you're worried then that your lipstick is going to go more matte, is it a matte one, or is it quite, did you say it was quite
it's not matte, it's a bit creamy.
Oh, okay. So that'll be absolutely fine. They'll work really well together, but it won't mattify the look of the lipstick. But what it will do is it'll help to hold it in place a little bit better. If you want to, there is another tip you could do with the translucent powder, is you can actually put that over the top of your lipstick as well if you want to. It will mattify it a little bit, but it will still look really nice and bright. It won't change the colour of it, but it will stop it from transferring a little bit as well. So try those couple of things. But yeah, let me know, let Bex know, and she can let me know how you get on. Get it out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy it. It's horrible when you've got a really nice colour and you want to wear it, but you're not sure how you can wear it without
Exactly.
yeah,
Really
without
helpful.
it going everywhere. Say that again, sorry.
Thank you, Hayley, for explaining that.
Oh,
really
you're welcome. You're so welcome. I hope that helps other people as well. Amazing. So that is everything. Thank you so much for having me on. I really hope you've had an amazing time. I'm seeing so many lushness of faces. Everyone's ready to go out. We look transformed.
Thank you so much, Amy. I'm going to start Amy, Hayley, what am I saying? Let's start recording. One sec.